Folly of Dionysus. Trial number 1. What did I call this one? This one is Thermal Shock. And you'll see why. For weapons, we get machine gun. We also get the grenade launcher. It's not grenade. I know a lot of people want to say grenade. It's grenade. And in this case, we'll be launching them. As far as plasmids go, we get Electrobolt 2 and Incinerate 2. We'll be using both of them, but for the most part, it's going to be Incinerate, the thermal part of the equation. However, we will get to use the Shock, which makes up the fun half of this trial. You get to use that occasionally, typically with your more advanced splicers. We're going to throw down a proximity mine to protect the sister. That's all we got in terms of traps. But it will be enough. Machine gun going to be the weapon of choice, coupled with the Incinerate. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what we're doing. We're going to light them on fire, and if you fancy, we're going to throw a couple bullets their way as well. Now, ideally, what we'd want to see happen is a splicer who catches on fire to run for sanctuary into a nearby puddle of water. Most of them don't do that. That one did right there, and you can see the shock part of the equation coming in. As I said, most won't do that. The higher caliber splicers, such as the Houdini or Spider splicers, when you set those on fire, they seem to be smarter, and they'll run to the water to put themselves out, at which point you can then shock. Although perhaps maybe that's not smarter, since it's going to ultimately make killing them a lot easier. So I'll let you decide which one is smarter of the two, those who flail around on fire and die that way, or those who jump into the water and then get shocked. Perhaps it does happen more than I realized. Maybe I just wasn't looking. But if you are looking and you see someone go into the water, be sure to shock them. When you replace your proximity mine, typically you're going to have to walk up close to her, aim at the ground, not at her or the corpse, and then fire one that way. Now, when I believe that was a Houdini splicer there, when she jumps in the water, a shock will not kill her. You're going to have to hit her with a machine gun as she's lying face down in the pool. But electroshock will make the bullets more effective, thus killing her quite quickly. And as you can see what I'm talking about with the proximity mine there, I waste 2 of them by shooting my sister with them. It's a good thing the little sisters are immortal. As always, you're going to have to make some run to the Circus of Values at some time. Stock up on your Eve health and any ammo that you may need. In this case, 50 caliber. There we go. Not even taking my own advice. That's the 3rd time I have now wasted a proximity mine by shooting my sister with it. Not a big deal in this one. You don't seem to need 24/7 protection on the sister. And there you can see once again. So what I threw down one successfully, is that? If you include the first one I threw down, that's like 2 successful. And I wasted the rest of my mines. Hopefully you can do a little better. Clearly it's not necessary. This is not a tough trial. I did not have any problems whatsoever with it. Always funny to see them do the belly flop into less than a foot of water, 6 inches of water. And the Houdini splicers, although you would the incinerate doesn't do much damage to them since they are, you know, hurling fire themselves, but they always seem to jump into the water. At which point you can easily dispatch them because lightning and machine gun bullets does do quite a bit of damage to them.
Lamb will never have this Adam now. Take up the little one, that she may return.
I play the overtime in this one just because shocking, and I don't know what that little hiccup was. It was probably something related to my nephew. And I didn't edit it out. But easy as that. Thermal shock. And we're going to continue on in the next video.